Hi ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome back to my channel. Just like I promised, I'm going to be giving you the feed formula for your finishers, feed formulation for broilers. For the finishers, I've already given you a formula for the starter. Now is the time for finishers. Now for your finishers, you will be needing some of the ingredients we used for our starter, but we are not going to be using all of them. Now let me list it out to you. We're going to be making use of maize. We will be making use of maize bran. We're going to be using rice bran. We're going to be making use of cassava meal. We are also going to be making use of blood meal. We'll be using soybean meal. Yes. For the finisher, we are not going to be using GNC. Unlike in the starter, we made use of GNC. And also in our finisher, we are not going to be making use of premix for them. Likewise, we are not going to be using enzyme phytase at all. We are not going to be using it. But we are going to be making use of bone ash. We are going to be making use of methionine. We are going to be making use of limestone, lysine, and also our salt. Now it's time for work. Let me tell you the percentage inclusion of each of these ingredients as stated. Okay, for our maize, since your growers or your finishers, they require large amount of energy, we are going to give it to them. So for the maize, we are going to be making use of 317 kg of maize. For our maize bran, that is very high in purity, high quality. Yes, because we have different types of maize bran. We have the semi-pure maize bran, we have the pure maize bran. So the one we are using for this our feed formulation is the one with high quality. Now for the maize bran, we're going to be making use of 199 kg of maize bran. For our rice bran, which is also of high quality, we are going to be making use of 149 kg. For our cassava meal, we are going to be using 80.7 kg of cassava meal. Now to our sources of protein. For the blood meal, we're going to be using almost the same thing here, the same thing with the starter. We're using 29.9 kg. I believe you are writing this thing down. If you're not writing it, please find a place to write it so that you will not get missing. And for the soybean meal, we're going to be using a huge amount of that, which is around 198 kg of that. But it's still less than that of what you have in your starter. Okay, I told you we're not using GNC, we're not using premix, we're not using enzyme phytase. So the next thing we are going to be making use of is the bone ash, which is just 15.6 kg. That's the amount you are going to be adding. For your methionine, and I told you in the starter, the methionine you are using must have a purity of 99.5% and a CP of 58%. So for that, we are going to be using 1.92 of methionine. For the limestone, we are using 3.02 kg. For the lysine, we are using 0.80. And for the salt, we are using 1.99 kg of salt. Now, summing everything together, the total is going to be 1000 kg. And having done my own experiment, I observed that for each kg of this 1000 is going to cost you 325 naira per a kg, which means if you are to manufacture a ton of this, you'll be spending 325,000 naira to make this feed. Now, this pricing is dependent on your location. For instance, this price here in Kwara State is what I just gave you, but in case you have all these raw materials at your beck and call and at a very cheaper price, it might be a bit cheaper or lesser than what I am giving to you. But just note that this formula, come what may, is by far cheaper than your conventional feed. And I can tell you categorically that this feed I'm sharing with you, you are going to get a result. If you try it and you are not getting results, comment under this video. Let me know your experience so far. So ladies and gentlemen, I think I've shared with you the figures. Now let me tell you some of the analytical parameters. So for the finishers now, for this formula I just gave you, the overall crude protein to be expected if you are to use the ingredient I stated, you'll be having 19% crude protein per kg. And there's no hand. Subscribe to my channel if you enjoy watching me talk, and if you think you are benefiting or you are deriving values from any of my videos, feel free to share with your friends. If you have any means, feel free to share with them too. You never can tell. They could be of help to you too. So ladies and gentlemen, to your success and to my progress, I remain your humble host. Samuel is my name. Subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed. Also note, I'm into fishery, I'm into piggery, I'm into poultry. Yes. So whichever challenges you are facing, if I know the answer to those challenges, I'm going to tell you. And even if I don't, I will be forced to carry out research. I'm talking too much. Bye bye for now.